Hello, everyone. This is Tom, the Lone Wolf Prepper. It is September 16th, 2024. A question I brought up on my live stream last night was the question, the $1,000,000 question now that everybody's talking about. How did this would-be assassin know where Trump was going to be and then somehow be able to get set up? I mean, how? Okay, it wasn't publicized. All right, it just, the stuff adding up that there was definitely a third party involved, whether it be a 3-letter agency from the government or some rich person like, well, Alex Soros. Anybody forget what he did? Flashing that money, insinuating you killed Trump, you get this. Who's ever behind it? There was a third party. But, we're never going to hear all the answers to this. Like I said, I'd be surprised if the guy lives. He's in the custody of the feds now. And I know that sheriff, I was watching the interview, they weren't too pleased about giving him up to the feds. But let's see if an Epstein don't happen. He hangs himself after being watched 24/7 and the guard fell asleep and the camera didn't work, right? Okay. I'm sure that's the way prisons work. You spend all that money on prisons for equipment that don't work. So high-profile criminals can commit suicide. Okay, whatever. But how did this guy know? And he come from North Carolina, just happened to be bebopping. Yeah, I know. I got a feeling Trump's going to be playing golf at this golf course this day, and somehow I'm going to get within a few hundred yards of him. What's wrong with the Secret Service? How is this possible? In wooded areas, they should have dogs going through there and stuff. This is crazy. No drones flying overhead, getting surveillance. I mean, nothing. All I know is people, would-be assassins, are getting within hundreds of yards with rifles. And the first one even popping some rounds off. We don't know how many yet because the FBI not sure yet, right? But don't worry, they're on the case for both of these. Okay, and then the mainstream media, they have no skin in this game, right? You guys are brainwashing these morons to think stupid stuff. He's a threat to your democracy. You god dang right Trump's a threat to your democracy because we're not a democratic democracy. We're a constitutional republic. So I sure hell hope that Trump is a threat to the democratic democracy they want. Or should we just say the real word? Communists. This guy was a fruitcake. The thing is, like in Minnesota where they have red flag laws, right? Well, he voted the right way. You think he would have been turned in? You know what a red flag law is? Red flag law is? A red flag law is designed so that when your liberal piece of shit neighbor who doesn't like you and know you got a gun, you just lost your gun rights because they didn't like you. Okay? Guilty until proven innocent. And then you got a lunatic accusing you of something, and a lunatic justice system, well, you don't stand a chance. But, yeah, the $1,000,000 question, how did he know? How did he get in there? How did he prep up and stuff? I mean, the Secret Service, when Donald Trump is on the golf course, they're only surrounding the holes he's on. I don't buy it for a second. The Secret Service, when the president goes everywhere, I mean, they got to know everything about the building, about the site, everything. Especially if he's gone there a few times. You know what? It's just nothing we can know the truth. But don't worry. They're not screaming gun control. Imagine that. Like I say, they don't want to take guns from everybody. They just want to take them from conservatives and give them to a bunch of people that are like that. Remember, those are your Democratic voters. Somebody like that, Looney Tunes as can be, okay? They're encouraging mental illness. And then they're putting these people on mind-altering drugs, and then they're consuming this propaganda from the mainstream media. And they're never held accountable. Fact check, fact check, fact check. I'm so sick of hearing that. You know, obviously all the facts that I was taught in school, they got to be fact checked now. You know, 2 + 2 = 4. That has to be fact checked now because that's white European imperialists that caused that or something. Not, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, but, you know, it could be 5. But you have 2 and 2. Well, you want to add another one, just be nice to that one, right? You know, I taught my daughter division, trying to teach her division in school. They're telling her to guesstimate because they don't know their times or their times or their multiplication or subtraction tables. None of that, or they can't do it in their head. So they were guesstimating. Well, what if it could be that? Then you do all the work. Oh, it's not that. Then let's try that. You know, this thing, if you teach a kid in 1st grade that 2 + 2 = 4 and just expand from that, they'll be able to do that. Anyway, then you got this. Okay, this guy was obviously deranged. That 18-year-old kid or whatever he was, that crook that tried to kill Trump, you know, deranged. Mental illness is allowed. It's encouraged. Okay? But one thing we haven't heard is that the FBI was watching him. Yeah, no shit, you were controlling him. I just find it odd, you know, that, you know, no matter how many times Trump's get shot at now, it's a supposed assassination attempt. You know, the first one, he just fell down on the stage. No, he didn't fall down, he hit the deck, and that's what saved his life. Anybody who can believe these mainstream medias, they have no credibility. Okay? Democrats have no credibility. And then you got Satan's daughter running for president. Whatever, Democrats, you slipped that far off the cracker, so be it. But you know what? I know for a fact you're going to need at least 90 million votes to beat Trump. And there ain't 90 million of you sick sons of bitches in this country. Not even with all the illegals you brought in. Okay? Like I say, I don't know anybody who's going to vote for Harris. I haven't seen a Harris sign, even in Democratic areas. And all the older Democrats that are pissed off that you kicked Joe out, they're not going to vote. Okay? No matter what you try to say. Okay? Like say, you tell me the sky is green, I look up, no, it's blue. Okay? But yeah, you got some people believing you. The colorblind people, whatever, yep, it's green. I mean, that who you really want following you, people that don't have the brains of a goldfish, that's how you're going to succeed and make a better world with people that are not as smart as a goldfish. Sounds like a losing proposition to me. Anyway, prepare. There's a world of hurt coming down. You know, we could have ended this 4 years ago. If we would have stepped in when they tried to steal the election 4 years ago, we'd be through this already. Yeah, the country maybe will look a lot different. Okay? And it's going to look a lot different when we finally decide to settle the problem. But we can't have Trump being shot at like this all the time. You know, I just don't understand where the concept where they think they're going to get him and that's going to solve their problem. That's a 5-year-old mentality. You're just going to create a bigger problem. You're going to make him a martyr. Let me give you some advice, Democrats. Instead of all this goofy crap you're pulling, to try to throw this whole country and world into complete chaos. It's fourth down. You didn't make it. Punt. And hopefully you do better in the midterms and next presidential election. But you are the ones tearing this country apart. You are the ones forcing us to have to act. You expect us vets to sit here while you take over our country, take pot shots at our president? Okay, maybe if you would have let him, gave him the presidency that he won in 2020, you wouldn't be dealing with him this time. But no, cheat, cheat, cheat. That's all a liberal Democrat does. Cheat, cheat, cheat. I didn't put in no effort, but I deserve everything, the same rewards that person's getting. Entitlement. Anyway, see, this is why the communist system doesn't work, you communist pieces of shit. Because not everybody puts forth the same effort. Therefore, not everybody, why should somebody work their ass off in a factory and get the same rewards as somebody who's sitting in the break room all the time? Okay, that's communism. Let me tell you one thing, communist. Human beings are not common. Anyway, this Lone Wolf Prepper out.